Game to Love are back for another episode, and we're speaking about the tennis happening right now in Asia. We've seen Iga just win an event in Seoul. She's back up again in Beijing for a WTA 1000. Alcaraz loses the Laver Cup, but does anyone really care? He certainly didn't look like he did. And he's back playing in Tokyo.
That's right, back with the real tennis again, JG. And I know that there's been a lot of people in our comment section saying, oh my God, how can you not be mad about the Laver Cup? It's such good fun. Well, I'm sort of happy it's over, and I'm sort of annoyed that the head-to-heads get affected by the matches in the Laver Cup, to be honest. And obviously, I think a good place to start, obviously, Team World did win, and we had Taylor Fritz defeating Carlos Alcaraz, 6-3, 6-2, convincing win. Fritz played very well, but for me, I don't think Alcaraz is playing this tournament like a normal tournament, and I don't think that this should really affect their head-to-head, if I'm perfectly honest. I think if they met in any other tournament that was a competitive one, especially a slam, I think Alcaraz has his way with him.
When you say it affects the head-to-head, on the ATP website, It counts as a loss.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't read too much into it at all. It's an exhibition match. I'm surprised that is the case, to be fair. I caught a little bit of Laver Cup as much as I come on here and have my opposing views of it. I did catch a little bit of it, and I like the court. I love the black court. I've always enjoyed that side. It's good to see some of the players, but it means absolutely nothing. And as much as they lack all the team camaraderie, the best part about the Laver Cup will always be the interviews and everything else with the press and the media, because I like to see a little bit about the players. As a tennis fan, that bit's interesting to me. Watching them then go and play tennis in an event which means nothing doesn't excite me much at all. And some players can claim that it does, but it certainly doesn't. And I think over the years, we've been really privileged to see Team Europe with the talent they've got on display in your Djokovic's, your Nadal's, your Andy Murray's, Federer, of course. But without them, it loses its whole spark. Maybe if we get Sinner and Alcaraz playing together, that'll be quite interesting. In Team World, I feel like there's no one of that caliber of player who would, for me, make it really interesting to see any combinations. But that's enough of that for sure. Taylor Fritz was probably the standout performer, obviously demolishing Alcaraz, winning the last match against Zverev to take the tournament as well. And he's looking very good right now. One thing I wanted to ask you, obviously, don't read too much onto just the Laver Cup, but I'm going to ask you off the back of his performance. Is Taylor Fritz right now the third best player in the world on a hard court?
No.
Novak Djokovic still for you?
Yeah, still Novak Djokovic for me.
Because obviously in that matchup between a Djokovic and Fritz, you'd be favouring Novak Djokovic 10 times out of 10, especially in a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
But maybe not in another event, like any kind of best of three format. Aside from Djokovic, if you take him out of the picture, would he then be your third?
Yeah, it'd have to be. I don't know who else you'd insert.
Draper?
Nah, they're not consistent enough at the moment. No, none of them consistent. He's the most consistent performer, and that's why he is hyped. Mercedes doing well, but not in the big events. And I think Fritz has proven himself in bigger events, and that's why he is where he is in the rankings. Once Djokovic retires, he will definitely be the third best. There you go. You've heard it first from me, unless somebody else comes onto the platform and then blows him out the water, because I still think that he still has a little bit of trouble with the mental against the real mental giants on the court. And I think that there are people that will surpass him in the future. But yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. I was pretty much doing like Carlos Alcaraz was doing here in this one. As you can see him there in the background, yeah, just turning it off as Team World were winning there. Look, you can see here. Where's the off switch? He was looking for it here. Oh, there it is. There you go. Turned off Team World. And this was Carlos Alcaraz pretty much for the Laver Cup, just feet up on the sofa. Everyone else sitting at the table having a chat. He's just there on the sofa like, when can I get out of here and go to Tokyo to play some real tennis? That's what I feel that was going on. I think the most excited he was before the Laver Cup when Alcaraz went visiting to Alcatraz, and he actually got to go to the prison, and there he is in Alcatraz, and they had to make it happen, didn't they? Alcaraz and Alcatraz. I like the fact that they did make
Is
it
this real
happen.
or Photoshop?
Yeah, no, this is real. He went through, got to visit with yeah, look, they're just doing a little photo shoot there of him going in the prison and stuff. Yeah, pretty cool, I think. But yeah, that's probably, they made him wear the jumper, obviously, just to make sure that it was Laver Cup related, all of this, and just a cool little insert. And this is what you're talking about. These are the fun bits about the Laver Cup. They make some fun things happen. His face doesn't look very fun right there, but he was having a good time, I promise you. Anyway, moving away from the Laver Cup, because I'm happy to say Carlos Alcaraz will be playing Tokyo, and he is up against Sebastian Baez in the first round of Tokyo. He'll be the hot favorite in Tokyo to win the event, I believe. I know that we were talking on the last episode. Everybody was coming in the comments, especially attacking you as well, saying, come on, he's so far ahead in the race. Can't believe you're giving Yannick Sinner such a big chance to catch him up. Do you think Carlos is going to slip up in Tokyo? That's what I want to know. This is the draw.
Well, it's hard to say he will based off the players he's playing against in this tournament. But I don't think we usually see the best of Carlos Alcaraz this time of year. Last year, he wasn't great at all, especially when he was world number one. Of course, when I was saying on the last episode that Sinner can do this, I'm not stupid. It is highly unlikely and very difficult to do so because Alcaraz, at the end of the day, doesn't need to win these events, just needs to go deep in a few of them, and that will be enough to keep year-end number one. The point is, there's no certainty of that happening, and I think I'm pretty confident in saying that Yannick Sinner will be there at the back end of all of these tournaments. I really believe that is the case. He will love the conditions and the surface and plays very well this time of year. Carlos Alcaraz in this draw, Baez first round, Tabio or Bergs, TFO, Nakashima, Thompson. I mean, you can't really see any of them doing it. An inspired Tabio, I don't know. I think he's got ability. Certainly not Casper Ruud. I don't feel like Casper Ruud has the ability to beat Carlos Alcaraz. It never seems to go his way. Shapovalov certainly could, though, if he gets all the way to the semi-final. And then, of course, the final will always be a tough one against any of the players who's got there.
Yeah, and the name that jumps off the page, obviously, is Taylor Fritz. And this is that's the final I want, to be honest. I would love to see Taylor Fritz versus Carlos Alcaraz in the final in Tokyo, and then we'll see how the real match goes and how the real mental giants perform in the big matches. Because for me, if they've both got to the final, I would expect Carlos Alcaraz to beat him. Because, well...
Yeah, he is the big favourite for this one. And it's an ATP 500. If he does win 500 points, it's not the end of the world for Yannick Sinner because it's just a 500. The points are going to be made up at the ATP finals with so much at stake. 1,500 if you win all of your matches. And, of course, then the Masters events before. So I don't think this is going to be that pinnacle. But if Alcaraz is to get to the final and lose, then it does open a little avenue for Yannick Sinner to make a small gain in his event because he'll be playing a 500 as well. You said, right?
Yeah, I believe he'll be playing in China. His one, which is just obviously runs along the same timeline as this one. I think it's 1 day different to this one. I haven't seen any draw or anything come out for that one yet, though. No. But I'm sure in the coming days we will see that one. Obviously, more talk is about the women's draw in China because obviously it's a big one. It's a WTA 1000 event. And it does have Iga back really playing her best tennis. I mean, she had, I'd say, a little blip. The US Open was because we thought she was going to win it. She didn't actually win it, but now she's gone straight back into winning ways, winning in Seoul in impressive fashion. I mean, I wouldn't say impressive fashion in the final because I thought all the tournament long she was brilliant. She was bageling. She bageled Krejcikova, Maya Joint. And then she got to the final. She got breadsticked in the first set. And even after the match, she went up to her coach and she was just like something like, sorry for playing so horribly or something today. And then her coach admitted that she did play terribly, but she still won. And that's all that really mattered. And she got another title to her name. Keeps on racking them up and chasing down Sabalenka, it would seem, trying to get back up that ranking.
Yeah, it wasn't her best match at all. I don't know how she managed to get through it. I sent you a graphic which shows it. It was 6-1 down, 15-30, 2 points away from losing there. Then 3-1 down in the third set. She had faced a break point at 4-all, or 2 break points at 4-all. She was hanging on and still managed to come through. And I guess well done to her because it's not easy to do so. And it's been a very, very bizarre year for Iga. She's made 57 wins in 2025, but yet it doesn't feel like her best year. Despite it ending quite well, she's not won the tournaments we expect her to win. I feel like Roland Garros is where she's very good at, and she lost that one. Cincinnati, she's not very good at, and she ended up winning that one. Is that right?
Cincinnati, yes, she did win Cincinnati, and obviously she won Wimbledon.
Yep.
But since Wimbledon,
that's the other one, Wimbledon. She's terrible at. She wins that. It's been a very bizarre year for Iga.
Yeah,
She's
it's not
done well in the events you're not expecting, and her usual one she's not done so well. But all in all, if you look at it, it's been a very successful season from her.
Oh, yeah, you can see that. Semi-finals at the Australian Open, the French Open, won Wimbledon, quarter-final at the US Open. That's an amazing year for anybody on the tour. And then you can see here, she's been doing well in the WTA 1000s as well. Semi-finals in 3, has won Cincinnati. Still very good. It's not as good as the year before, clearly, but it's still enough to be like sort of bearing down a little bit now. Sabalenka's quite
That was one of
clearly.
her worst masters. She's won pretty much all of them. What hasn't she won?
Exactly.
She's not won Dubai. She's not won the Canadian Open. Hadn't won Cincinnati until this year.
Yeah, so she's just ticking some boxes off by the looks of it, making sure she collects them all. So no better year to start collecting some of the ones that you didn't have already. Wimbledon being one, Cincinnati being one. Maybe next year she'll grab the Canadian Open as well. And this is how the live rankings are at the moment. Iga there, she's quite a number of points behind though. It's like, what's that, about 2,500 points behind Sabalenka in the rankings. Let me have a look at the live race. This will give us a better idea. So 1,600 points behind Sabalenka in the race at the moment. And lucky this is a WTA 1000 event because a lot of points up for grabs. And I wouldn't be surprised if she comes through and is victorious again.
Why is Sabalenka not playing?
It's a good point. I'll have to have a look at the draw. And then
No, she's not. But since the US Open, she's not played at all. So I'm not sure where Sabalenka is. Maybe she's not worried so much about these events at the moment. But she could lose her status as world number one.
Due to injury, apparently it was. So let me just read a quick statement.
I'm surprised
Minor injury. Yeah, I mean, it's a massive, massive tournament. And I think that I did read some people, I think there was a lot of speculation going on X as well, where people were just saying, obviously she's got such a big lead and she's just won another massive event. She doesn't really need to play the event. She's probably taken a bit of time just to enjoy herself, enjoying being at the top of the sport, enjoy a bit of that money as well. What was it? $5 million for the winner of the US Open. So I don't blame her. I think you don't have to play all of the events. If she can get away with just saying she's injured for one, I mean, it's up to her, really.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of big players playing. I'll send you a graphic because the top 8 seeds are Iga 1, 2, we've got Coco Gauff, 3, we've got Amanda Anisimova, 4, Mira Andreeva. 5, we've got Jess Pegula. 6, Jasmine Paolini. 7, King Wing Zheng. Great to see her back playing in China. Of course, got a lot of good chances there. And Yelena Rybakina in 8. And I'm glad we ended with her because she has a lot of opportunity these next few months. She's not defending hardly any points at all. So all of it's going to be gains for her. She didn't play this time last year. Or I don't know if she did play, she didn't do well because she's not defending points. And I think she can fly through the rankings.
She definitely stands a good chance, especially at this type of tournament. You can see here, the only 2 people who have qualified for the WTA final so far are Iga and Sabalenka. Gauff pretty much there, I would say. And we got Anisimova. I reckon she's probably in there as well. Keys. But then Rybakina, look, she's not that far behind. She's in 8th, so she's in a position of power already. But she could easily catapult herself, I'd reckon, up into about 5th if she has a good tournament here in Beijing.
Break into the Americans.
Yeah, well, yeah, there seems to be a bit of domination there. 3-6. We got Coco Gauff, Anisimova, Madison Keys, Jess Pegula, and then the cut above the rest are the top 2, obviously.
Would you say this is the Donald Trump effect, Ben?
Ooh, maybe.
No comment.
Why they're not at the top, though? I'm sure he wouldn't be happy about that.
Yeah, he'd be upset.
He definitely would be upset. But
got Belarus on top.
Belarus on top, Poland second, and then 4 Americans below, and then Russia just below them. So I'm not sure what to make of all that. Jasmine Paolini, what do you reckon on her chances? Can she get herself into contention? She's right there.
Well, I need her to. I need her just to make sure she can hold on to top 10 because I've got her in my prediction. You'd think in Beijing, if she can get for a few rounds, that would be enough to cement herself in top 10. But Alexandrova is doing all right at the moment. She just got to a final, played very well in that final. So she's got chances too.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult one to call. Let's have a quick look at the draw while we're here.
Osaka as well, by the way.
Yes, that's another name I just highlighted down there. She's sort of lurking and could break into the picture if she has another good tournament. I just want to find the draw, and then we can have a look who's in Iga's section. We can find out where some of the other players, and Osaka is in Iga's part of the draw. Here you go. That's the name that jumps off the page instantly. Not in her small little section there at the top, but she's definitely in this quarter.
In Jess Pegula's bit.
So yeah, so Jess Pegula's little section. So that quarter is Iga, Pegula, and then we have Osaka in there, Raducanu in there as well, Kostyuk, Kalinskaya, Samsonova, Navarro. Kalinskaya, that's not an easy match early on as well.
I need to compare it though. Let's go to the bottom. That's the easiest way to actually assess the quality.
This is the next half or the next quarter. Sorry, Mira Andreeva. Yeah, Mira Andreeva, Yastremska, Schneider, Kasatkina, Towson, and Boko, Noskova, and Zheng. That's the first half of the draw. So now we go to the other half of the draw. This is Paolini and who else is in this quarter? Anisimova. There you go. So Anisimova and Paolini in the same quarter. We've got Jinyu Wang, Badosa. We've got Mukova, Svitolina, Kudermetova, and Kenin. Not bad. Quite good for Paolini, I think that.
Big old tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big old Masters. And then here we go. Coco Gauff, Leylah Fernandez, Ostapenko, Bencic, Alexandrova, Mertens, Iva Jovic as a seed. Look at that. I love to see that. And we got Rybakina. Oh, no, in the same section as Rybakina. Terrible luck. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. I love seeing her with a bit of confidence. Hopefully, she might be able to get some close sets. I don't see her beating Rybakina, though, anytime soon. That's going to be a bridge too far. What do you make of the draw, though? Who do you reckon's got the best of it? Who's got the worst of it?
Is this one of these Masters events that goes on for a few weeks?
I think it probably goes on. Well, all of the
Got 128 players,
but they've all got buys through the first round. A lot of them,
so don't start for a bit.
It's probably going to be a week and a half minimum.
Yeah. What's the question again? Sorry.
Who do you reckon's got the best draw? Their quarter.
I don't know. It's a bit confusing looking at it like this.
Okay,
I can't really assess it.
So we'll go to the top again. Iga, she's got Osaka, Kalinskaya, Samsonova, Raducanu, and Pegula. That sounds the worst for me.
I guess it does, but then I don't. I think it's between Iga and Osaka, above Pegula.
Because the next section for me doesn't look anywhere near as strong.
No, the second section you showed wasn't, but maybe the third section I thought was quite good.
Yeah, but the third section was Paolini, Anisimova, Mukova, Svitolina.
Yeah, I thought this was better.
And then the final one, Rybakina, Gauff.
Maybe this one too.
Alexandrova.
Yeah, I can't really call it. I think it's a pretty even draw. If I'm honest, I can't really. I think we've got good quality throughout. It's a big draw, 128 players. The best players really playing aside from Sabalenka, and it's going to just be the best girl wins. I'm putting some hopes on Rybakina to do well.
For sure. If the seeds were the ones to make it to the quarterfinals, we would have Iga Pegula, we would have Andreeva Jeng, we'd have Paolini Anisimova and Rybakina versus Gauff. Some projected fourth round matches. Well, let's go to the potential third round matches first.
Just quickly on that though, Ben.
Yeah.
Who would you say has got like a harder half? I think it is. I think it's a level draw.
Yeah, it's pretty even.
I rarely say that, but it's not
Osaka
bad.
is the outlier in that top section, though.
Because Osaka's there, it makes it challenging.
And she's playing really well. So that, and obviously being over in Asia as well, might swing it in her favor as well. I know she has a big following over there, so you never know. The crowds may be coming out for her. So potential third round matchups. We could have Iga, Kalinskaya, and Raducanu Pegula as potential third rounds, and projected fourth rounds: Iga Navarro, Osaka Pegula, Andreeva Kasatkina, Tauson Jeng, Paolini Svitolina, Mukova Anisimova, Rybakina Alexandrova, Bencic Gauff.
Yeah, really good ones. I think Rybakina Alexandrova is fantastic. Paolini Svitolina, very good. Iga Navarro, interesting. And I fancy Osaka to beat Pegula comfortably as well.
Right. I think just out of all of those matchups there, I think there's going to be quite a few of them that actually happen, to be honest. And
Probably.
If you had to pick a winner, like just off the bat, who?
Rybakina.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's what I was feeling before. I think if she beats Alexandrova, who's just got to the final, who's playing well, I'll feel really confident in her.
It's not a bad call, and she's got a lot to play for. But so does Naomi Osaka. I think she's got a lot to play for.
You think she's going to win it?
I think she has a real chance. Like, think how close she came in the US Open. She only lost, what was it, in 3 sets to Anisimova in that semi-final. Yeah, that's super close. Like, she was really, really proving herself again.
Yeah, I thought she was going to win that tournament.
And who's saying that she might not win this one? I'm going to throw my hat out there. I'm going to say Osaka continues this good run, gets better and better, and claims this tournament by beating some big players on the way. If she beats Pegula and beats Iga, she's going to be deserved to get close to the WTA finals if she makes it.
Yeah, no, certainly possible. And I'm really looking forward to how this one plays out. Of course, we're going to be covering it on the channel, and we'll do some podcasts throughout the tournament, especially from the quarterfinal stage onwards. There's other events going on as well at the same time, so we'll be keeping up to date with Alcaraz, seeing if Sinner's going to be playing too, because he's gone a bit quiet, and seeing who can get into the qualification for the WTA finals and the ATP finals. Will Djokovic play? I'm not so sure. With every passing day, I feel like he's not going to play. But the women's race, I think, is closer than the men's race.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like the men's race, I could probably call it now. The women's one, I feel like whoever does really well here in Beijing, who's on the fringes, will be able to qualify. This tournament is very significant in who's going to qualify for the WTA finals.
Yeah, stamp your claim right now. If you want it that bad, then go for it. These are just a couple of the finals which will be played. I believe it'll probably be overnight, I would have thought, or early in the morning in the UK. So we got Musetti Tabilo in Chengdu in China.
We said that. We knew Musetti was going to make that final.
And
Bublik, we knew was going to make the other final. The only thing I'm surprised about is Rublev losing, and he lost to Royer.
Royer been doing pretty well. He's been having a good time of it. I'm a little bit shocked. He's up to, well, he came into the tournament 88 in the world, but he's been beating some decent players. He knocked out Tien, which was really annoying for me. It's in 3 sets as well. I was hoping Tien could have a good tournament. It wasn't the who's who of everyone in this tournament either. So it was an opportunity for him, opportunity missed to get to a potential final. I think he could have made it had he not lost to Royer, but well done, Royer. I think Bublik's going to win it, though. He's been too good this year, and I expect Musetti to win the other one.
Yeah, and Bublik has made a final on all of the surfaces now.
Wow.
Sinner's done it, obviously. Alcaraz has done it. Bublik's done it. Can you name the fourth?
What were the 3? Sinner, Alcaraz, Bublik.
Alcaraz, Bublik. Who's the fourth one?
Musetti?
No.
Oh, Djokovic.
No.
Fritz?
No.
Is it going to be somebody I've...
It's Zverev. I'll put you out of your misery.
That was
well done to everyone who got it at home.
I've put me out of my misery.
There we go. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's just a quick episode from Game to Love. Let us know your thoughts on what we were speaking about. Laver Cup's been and gone. We can move on from that now. We're in Asia speaking about these tournaments as they're happening. And I think the WTA side of things is extremely open. As much as I'm saying Rybakina, as much as Ben's saying Osaka, it could be someone we're not really sure. We're not expecting. Alexander was certainly playing extremely well. On the men's, it's more business as usual. We'll be shocked if we don't see Musetti win this tournament, or a Bublik, or an Alcaraz. But I am sneakily interested to see if Alcaraz is like he was last year.
Well, let's wait and see. Obviously, like you're saying, on the women's side, we could see somebody like Kim Win-jung in China maybe stirring things up a bit. If she has a really good tournament, she puts herself back in the conversation. That would be great to see, because we haven't seen any tennis from her or anything notable for quite some time.
Yeah. One last announcement before we go. I've just seen the clock has passed midnight in the UK, and that means it is Ben's birthday. So happy birthday to Ben, the Game to Love legend. He is 50 years old today.
Don't look a day over 21, do I?
No, happy birthday, mate, and I'll see you later to celebrate. And thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.